Hi folks, and welcome to yet another topical deep dive. So if you caught our recent videos on the Cord Cutters News Summer Survey 2021, you may have picked up on a couple of themes. One, live TV streaming is perhaps not as high a priority for many of you, and two, free streaming is very hot right now, especially as many of us are looking to save money, even if that means putting up with some ads here or there. And so we thought, well, maybe live TV streaming isn't as popular for a couple of main reasons: price and convenience compared to on-demand streaming services. Well, we're going to tackle one of those here today as we take a look at some of the more affordable live TV streaming options available. Now, these options ring in below and sometimes well below the average monthly rate for those top-end services out there. But often that price difference comes at, well, a price elsewhere, so we thought it might be interesting to see how they all stack up. If the notion of live TV streaming services interests you, but the monthly cost for some of the most popular options has you stepping back, we hope you find this one interesting. This is why you should and shouldn't pick a budget live TV streaming service. What is a budget live TV streaming service? So we've done some videos recently that tackle the pros and cons of high-end and budget streaming devices, and similarly there's no concrete rules about what is and isn't a budget live TV streaming service. Generally though, we draw the line at services that offer live TV streaming below what we consider standard pricing for the industry. And as of mid-2021, when we're filming this particular video, we're setting that line at $65 per month for a starting plan. So that already rules out some options you might be familiar with, including YouTube TV, Hulu with Live, and fuboTV. Also, DirecTV Stream, which is the brand new name for AT&T TV, starts at $69.99 per month, so it also is out of contention for this particular roundup. And that leaves us with several options that come in below that $65 barrier. So we're going to go through what they are, why they might be a good fit, and why you also might want to steer clear. But before we dive into those services, it's worth mentioning that this is not meant to be a comprehensive review of each service, and we're not presenting them in any particular order. However, it should help you determine whether or not a budget live TV streaming service might be right for you. And with all of that being established, let's dive into our first option. It's a name that's been around for a relatively long time, at least in the streaming world: Sling TV. Yes, we couldn't do a video on lower cost live TV streaming without mentioning Sling TV. It's one of the oldest names in streaming and boasts around 2.44 million subscribers as of the second quarter of 2021. It offers a wide selection of well-known networks and a recently revamped user interface that's slowly spreading to a variety of devices. It starts at $35 per month, which is well below that $65 line we established earlier. The two main options are called Sling Orange and Sling Blue, and each offers a slightly different set of channels. Sling says the Orange plan is a good fit for families, while news and NFL fans should check out Sling Blue. And it offers a number of add-ons and options if you want to customize beyond the standard Blue or Orange plans. And as far as live TV streaming goes, it's a well-known and long-running option, and it often offers a number of discounts and deals, like say a lower rate on your first month or so. On the downside, however, neither the Sling Blue or Sling Orange plans can quite match the number of channels available on, say, YouTube TV. And if you wanted to sign up for both plans, they'd ring in at $50 per month as a pair, which is getting closer and closer to that $65 mark. And if you want more than the standard 50 hours of cloud DVR storage, you'd need to pay $5 extra per month for 200 hours. Also, that new user interface is still evolving and rolling out to different devices, so depending on your platform of choice, you may not have access to the most up-to-date version of Sling just yet. And even then, some users have raised concerns about changes in the new interface, including missing or changed features. Hopefully, future updates can restore some of that functionality that folks have been commenting on, but for now, heads up. Lastly, perhaps the biggest potential concern for Sling is the lack of local channels. Now, a big part of why Sling is able to charge less for its live TV streaming is because it doesn't have to pay for local affiliates for ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, and others. For those who want that local channel access, Sling has been pushing over-the-air antenna-based solutions, including its own Air TV service. It's also recently started leveraging Locast for local channel access in supported markets. And if you do go with Locast to supplement Sling TV or any other service for that matter, be sure to factor in Locast's regular monthly suggested donation of $5 or so into your monthly streaming budget. And so if local channel access is important to you and you are thinking about Sling, make sure you have access to those stations through other means. Vidgo. Next up is a service that some of our viewers have either asked about or recommended. It's called Vidgo, and it offers nearly 100 channels for $55 per month. And yes, that does place it at the higher end of the spectrum when it comes to the world of budget live TV streaming, but it does still fall under our guidelines for this comparison. And like we said, Vidgo's lineup includes around 100 channels, including some well-known options like A&E, ESPN, Comedy Central, and NFL Network. As far as downsides go, there's no DVR option currently available. However, Vidgo does tout a 24-hour playback option for several of its channels, which may or may not be a suitable alternative depending on the content you're interested in. Also, that lineup does lack some notable names, including the likes of TNT, TBS, CNBC, NBC Sports, and others, so definitely take a close look at what is and isn't on offer. Also, local channel access is limited to ABC and Fox affiliates and only in certain locations. We'll have a link to the current list included in the video description so you can see if your area is supported. Lastly, device support is perhaps not as robust as other streaming services out there. It does cover many of the biggest platforms, including Roku, iOS, Android, Fire TV, Chromecast, and via the web, but if your preferred streaming device falls outside that list, you may have some decisions to make. Philo. Another live TV streaming service that regularly pops up in our comments is Philo, and when you consider its lineup of 60+ channels for $25 a month, it's not hard to see why. You get some popular channels like Discovery, BET, MTV, Comedy Central, Paramount Network, Nickelodeon, and more, and you can stack on some premium channel options via the Epix and Stars packages. One nice perk compared to other budget live TV streaming services is a robust cloud DVR that allows for unlimited storage, and you can save those titles for up to 1 year. You can also stream on up to 3 devices at once and create up to 10 unique profiles per account. So those are some of the pros, but what about the cons? Well, as you might have guessed by now, Philo's low monthly rate is made possible, at least partially, by the lack of local channels. So again, if you're looking for those cable TV-like channels, but also want your local options, you'll need to make sure you have other means of accessing those locals, and that can often mean over the air or via something like Locast. And again, some big name channels that have a long history on traditional cable TV aren't available here, and that includes TNT, TBS, and NBC Sports. Finally, overall device support isn't quite as robust as bigger name options, but again, it does hit many of the usuals like Roku, Fire TV, iOS, and Android. Frndly TV. Last but not least, it's another option that some of our viewers have been talking about. It's called Frndly TV, although the branding is clearly missing some vowels. In any case, the idea here is to focus on family-friendly content, so we have a more limited or more focused lineup depending on how you look at it. We're talking about 20 channels in all for a starting price of just $5.99 per month. And that includes 3 Hallmark options, including the Hallmark Channel and Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. You also get Game Show Network, the Weather Channel, the Outdoor Channel, and Curiosity Stream, among others. The basic plan again starts at $5.99 per month, but other options include the $7.99 Classic plan and the top-of-the-line Premium option for $9.99 per month. Neither of those upgrades adds to the overall channel lineup, but they do include some extra perks, like HD quality video, DVR support, and the ability to watch on more than one screen at a time. In the downsides category, well, that 20-channel lineup is pretty limited, so if you're exploring this option, just make sure the channels you want fall within Frndly's family-focused catalog. Also, that $5.99 basic plan is pretty basic. You get the full live TV and on-demand lineup, but you're limited to standard definition video, and you can only watch one screen at a time. And if you want HD video and an unlimited DVR, you'll need to upgrade to the $7.99 or $9.99 option. And again, local channels are an on-your-own affair here, so don't forget to factor in those costs when you're mapping out your live TV budget. A quick word about Locast. And before we close this all out, it's worth discussing a service we've mentioned several times already. We're talking about Locast, the service that offers access to your local channels via streaming. It's not quite like the other live TV streaming options we discussed in that it's primarily focused on your local programming. But if that's what you miss most about a traditional cable package, it might be worth checking out on its own rather than as a supplement to the other services we mentioned. It also differs in its pricing. Instead of a flat monthly fee, Locast operates off of regular donations, which start at $5 per month. Now, Jess and I recently talked about our experiences using the service, and you can find a link to that video down below in the video description. Wrapping it all up. So there you go, that was a look at some of the most talked about budget live TV streaming services currently available. And as always, thank you for watching. If you've already tried one or more of these services out, feel free to share your thoughts with your fellow cord cutters and streamers in the comment section down below. We're all about sharing our experiences and helping each other make the wisest streaming decisions possible. Maybe you were pleasantly surprised by one service or frustrated with another. You know where to let us know. And of course, while you're here, don't forget to click those like and subscribe buttons down below. Those both help out our channel a ton. They help YouTube recommend our channel to more and more people, and that enables us to create more and more videos that people hopefully find useful. And until next time, my name is Philo Palermo. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you all next time. Take care.